is Thursday, December 8th, 22. I took my day program to Five Below in Belden so they could go Christmas shopping. Okay. Some ladies walk in. We told Judge Pete they hurt her that bad just to steal money from this case. They better make this right. Tell on them. FBI submit a tip, get someone from out of this area. It's the agent that called me back in with retired Judge Pete. Looks like a little white Santa Claus. Friends with Judge Timothy Ludick. His picture was hanging on the wall 9/18/19 of the Ravenna courthouse. He'd follow me around. Okay? Dave was dating Michelle. Now, he's either the agent's daughter, agent's family member, or Judge Pete, the same thing. They're in it together. That's why he put me in the witness protection program. Where that agent promised me $5,000 a month. Okay, it's $60,000 a year. I Googled it, what goes along with the witness protection program. Informant program is the same thing as a witness protection program. Okay, you get $60,000 a year. Okay, it also says you get free housing, free living expenses, and a medical card. And then it also states that you can't legally be prosecuted ever again. Okay, because you're in the witness protection program. It also states that it's for life. Okay, so they can't make up their own little rules, change the laws, so that it looks like they can steal money from the witness protection program. I can guarantee if they pull that agent's case and everything he's been connected to, more than likely, I am not his first victim. They are too organized. That they have embezzled over $300,000 from my case alone. Because if you take, because the case started September 27th, 28th of 18, and then you times it by how many months? It's been 50 months times 60. We're at $250,000 just in the $60,000 a year. Now, if you take my housing money, my living expenses, then my medical bills, were way over $300,000. He's embezzled from this case alone. Okay? And if these people take a dime of embezzlement money from the federal government and the local police find out, they can go to jail for 7-10 years or more in federal prison. It's like taking bank robbery money, but it's embezzlement from government funds for the witness protection program. Okay? Yeah. You can't take a dime. You can't touch it. You can't defer it. You can't do anything. It even says that money is there in the 24 police protection for life, surveillance at home, so that you can live your life without fear, retaliation, and without harassment of witnessing against somebody. It's set up to protect you. You were a part of a violent crime, and for your testimony, they protect you for life. That's why that agent said you would have a life of peace as an informant. Nothing legally stated dated against you again. And only for you would we ever do this for. We'll always put it back to the traffic ticket, even when it's over. You can't be legally charged for anything again, part of the witness protection program. You cannot be legally charged for anything ever again, right on the Department of Justice. Okay? I took a screenshot, sent it to the police. They already knew that. Okay? And the $60,000 a year, the $5,000 a month that he promised, and that the free housing and the living expenses and the medical card, and that I received nothing, and that he's embezzled over $300,000 from my case alone, and then the people knowing of it. Last Friday was last Friday was December 2nd, 22. Wendy's Alliance. I was there with my day group. Some guys come in, and one guy's worked the case since the beginning. He's like, "Is that the one that church tried to have killed?" He said, "Yes." He said, "I heard she didn't get a dime out of this." He said, "Well, she hasn't, and she's always had to go out and work. She was always working, trying to make ends meet." He said, "It's been that one guy from the case stealing every dime from day one And they all knew about it, and nobody said a word. And that's what's going on, is he's stealing every dime from this case for himself. Now, they said it again in Five Below today, that we told Judge Pete that they're going to hurt her bad like that just to steal money from a case. They better fix this. Yeah. Told you. November 24, 22. I'm in Mercy Medical Emergency Room in Canton, Ohio. The nurse goes to leave. We all heard that Eric make fun of us for falling for this, where he made fun of him on November 18, 22, between 2 and 6 p.m. in Walmart 62 by the hair salon, tape and audio. And there's a tape and audio in the hair salon of all the tapes before were me. It was all me and not her. And I was my idea to say we taped her before, and it was all me doing all that. And none of it was her. And for them to all turn on her, and they all fell for it. The other guy's like, well, if it's just you, I could even fix it. He said, I know it's that bad. And they all went along with it. Like a jackass. Okay? Well, I'm sitting there mocking them all. Okay? November 24, 22. Mercy Medical, I'm in there with food poisoning. The nurse said we all heard that Eric make fun of us for falling for this, and nobody will say a word to her. Okay? And the lady that's talking to her, that agent that bullied her into saying she was lying when she wasn't. I found out those men even ran experiments on her. I told her that she better not have permanent damage from this. Okay? Well, they had already announced it in the restroom at Central Baptist on November 20th, 22. My phone's tapped. They came in and they are announcing that it's all over the money and and talking about it. And then November 11th, 22, they're screaming it on 3rd Street in Maslin. It's that idiot trying to steal every dime she's ever had in life for his family. It's the only thing going on, and exactly what's going on. The agent that called me back and retired Judge Pete in it with their dirty friends, stealing and embezzling funds from the government, from the Witness Protection Program. Someone needs to get down here from out of this area, and they need to arrest all these people. See, that agent had to open a protected light case to steal the money from the government. See, these people don't realize if they take one dime from it, and they don't tell on them, the police find out, they will go to jail for embezzlement of funds by themselves from the government. It's like you knowing that that's bank robbery money from a bank, and then you take it. It makes you accessory to robbing that bank. I was talking to this one guy online probably in the spring, summer. He said his wife was doing taxes and she was embezzling from the IRS, doing fraudulent tax returns after she'd submitted an original and stealing the money. Well, she did a tax return trying to steal them money. And she said, look, I got us 80 grand or 100 grand or something like that. He looked at her and said, you will not put my name on this. And he tore it off. And he called and told on her. You know what the IRS said? You know what made you innocent? Tearing that up and telling on her. They said, or we would have prosecuted you too. And she's in jail for like 7 to 10 years. See, people think because they haven't went to jail yet, that they'll never go to jail for this. And everybody needs to tell. It's the only thing that'll make you innocent. You need to tell. And you tell them you don't want their dirty blood money. Out of having somebody raped, tortured, drugged, hurt, almost murdered, their children, their grandchildren almost murdered, just to steal money from the government. And there's probably another little old lady out there in the Witness Protection Program. He's probably had her raped, tortured, terrorized her out of money. There's maybe families with children doing without, trying to scrounge by as they're raping and torturing them and terrorizing them. There could be a crippled man in the Witness Protection Program stealing from them. See, the government put $958 billion. It's like $958 or $758 billion into the witness protection programs to protect people like me. So them stealing $300,000 is like them stealing $300,000 to $3,000 out of that big mass of funds. They wouldn't even miss it unless they're told on. See what I mean? And every month they're not stopped. They're stealing another $7,000 to $10,000. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. They have to speak to everyone before they start, or it's abuse and misconduct. Failure to protect us, abuse and misconduct goes into the right of privacy, illegal search and seizure. Fourth Amendment. Even though all the police have admitted no one can be in my home except for special protected light cases with the statements, right? And then you can't work a conflict of interest. It's 1 to 10. Then you have a right to remain quiet. The 5th, right to an attorney. 6th, right to a fair court trial, bail and bond. 7th, and then right not to be mistreated. 8th, you have a freedom of speech is 1. And the FBI, and yeah, they swear their life over the Constitution. They'll defend it to their death. But when you do walk between dark and light, and you see how much money these people steal from places, thinking that you're in a high enough place, they won't notice if you do it. And the temptation's always there, and you have low character, then they think they can get away with it. Like they told Ed, it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here to see if someone will actually stop them. Someone needs to. They're very dangerous. And people need to be turning them in like crazy, like Ed. At the Oakland apartment, December 9, 21, 4 p.m., that all the tapes before were them and not me. And he called the police. So did the guy at the task force, Stark County Hunger Task Force, white man, bald with dark eyes. Actually worked the case. Told him. So did my one client that lived on Chapel Church Road in Navarre, the White House before her. She's talked to all kinds of people. There's been more and more going to the police on photoshopping shower scenes and date rape drugging before to cause their hate crime. Tell on them and tell on them fast. Because you know who has to pay that money back that they're embezzling from the federal government? You do. Do you know who, if you take a dime from it? Do you know who goes to jail for it? You do. It's meant for the person in the witness protection program. And they can never, ever touch it, seize it, or anything. It's only for the person's care. To make sure, for life, that they can live their life without being intimidated, harassed, or retaliated for telling on somebody. Or harmed. That's what it's there, and it's there for life. And the 24-hour police surveillance, and for them to have free housing, free income, to be safe and alive. And living expenses, and then medical care. Because our government actually protects lives. If people so quickly forget where we live.